Hello, hello. There we go. Every time I unplug this bloody thing, it screws up. Well, I'll be back at some Final Fantasy. First, we're gonna do some mining. Level this up steadily. So I need to actually level it up so that my retainers can keep on also leveling. I don't know why my shit is so loud. Boop boop. That should be fine. Well, I guess that's the only one that we have. We got flying in 3 of the 6 places. Ooh, that's alright. Actually, I don't know how much I get. Should get. Did I miss? Nice. Okay, one last so we can level. And go back to dropping this shit off by what's it, people? Why is this one always giving me one extra? Oh shit, look at that. Super XP is almost done. Okay. That, let's go to back. Nope, sorry. That is this area. There's 20. Ooh, nice. What is this one? Lakeland. Well, let's see if it's actually worth trying to sell this shit. Split. 10. Split 10. Not one. It doesn't sell fucking for much. Kind of a waste of time. Let's do it at 150. It's quite easy to get these, unfortunately. I don't know why this isn't sold unless somebody's already underselling me. No, they are not. Oh, they're selling these things. 3-2. I got 4. Let's split it. I don't know why you want to split it, but it's fine. One going for 2-5. It's not that hard to catch. 2-5. 2-5. 2-5. That one is done. So this shit. That is trash. What is this? Kind of trash. Sell that for 200. This one's likely also trash. Yeah. What's this? 3.99. thought I got it yesterday. Yeah, this was yesterday's shit. I take it if you go over to 82, it pulls you over to the new expansion. Oh, I guess gonna have to take that. And who's this? Nice. Oh, there goes the ore. Okay. What? Under percent. Ach, mijn boos. A boon of nature. Gathering up the stone. The sauce. I need to buy some of those overrod things. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? 7, 20, so 200 I guess. Zeros, 200. Ah, fuck off. Nu even naar tak, zo. $700. 7,000. Let's go. Fuck it. Just get rid of it. 5. Well, let's go fix our shit. Always good to pop that first. So we're gonna do some leveling roulette. Maybe get to 89. Enemy level 90 and still got like 2 things to do. Kijk dit door hem. Fucking up. En is al fucking worden danken. Wat mag wel uit? Boom. Ja. Ja, doe eens, jongen. We gaan het zo. lite vad de har värt. Do the opposite of what you were doing. Because you got fucking one-shotted. Yeah, actually that far, right? For now. Missing this. Okay. I know, I'm gonna kill it. What? Something's showing up my fucking feet. Where's the other guy?
Right, good. Nakakanta si ingat game di na siya mo. Oh fuck.
Öyle de zaten şu mulak ne? Daar is nog geen level op. De rest allemaal gewoon normale 84 geweest. buddy. Fuck, nou is het even plonk, wacht. Obtain, and MSQ. Wat is het krijgen? Anima kaart. Anima. Nice. Okay, let me just spray you on my feet. Look like I'm being chowed up by bugs. Okay, what we're gonna do... There's a paladin. Paladin. What? What in the fuck? What the fuck? What? Jag ser mörråter. Det should be a tank, should it not?
Dan moest ik die ook gaan helpen. And why is that dude? Shit. He's not even a warrior. Does not make sense. Murder of my children. Oh fuck, ik ben er dan verder. Why the fuck I did all here? What the fuck? What is this, sorry?
Yeah, motherfucker.
What's this? Oh. Oh fuck, dan geef ik voor die kont wat niet eens kan.
Recht goed is dit niet. Oké, wel, als...
Whoa, fuck, look at that. Just need a tank.
We need to go to...
Oh ja, I'm in.
Olympus.
Oh, Alps, what?
Olympus.
Alpins. That's actually a very
Good area.
Excel is out of sight. Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Metzel train the Caribdibus. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents, and with his adept spellcraft, can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creatures along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I'm loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. I want you to go to MSQ, tell him that we have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be flagrantly persistent. Off you go, now, and good luck. You can say in chat, use your keyboard. I have a favor to ask in case the musical Java request. Oh my fuck. Really?
Oh, is nog iemand.
Oh nee. Dat is een karakter. Ach, random. Well, are you pretentious for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? So, let's understand. Oh, no, you don't. Not lifting I'm not lifting a finger. Oh, I don't know what Hippolytus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. If it is to be believed, relentless intentions may serve to wear down the ever-wary Emmett Sulk. Please. There we go.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last. I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we? You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even. Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow. His antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. but much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to
Why
MSQ?
don't you do it at some point?
Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
I have no words to express. What? Sorry. And I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I sure you did. The creature needs some small assessment at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. It was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The cherubs flies. No cherubles. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed aesthetic balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it achieve this, the cherub is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when it needs arises. Keep this in mind. I bet you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if you say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibly comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted. That way, we could guarantee the anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. This creature is already here. We will spare on no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Hermes. As you get pissed. I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Ignorus for now. What the fuck was that? Where does that do that running to? What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help? Do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Get some new pants. Got some new boots. Nothing so far. I'm hopeful that will change. Dynamis seemed promising. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I don't think I found it yet. No. Dynamis, you say? Curious. What such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you? Chief Hermes, good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lake Eon. I'm afraid it's done. It again. Ah, fuck. Was the creature hungry or something provoked? It just fed them myself, and the occupants were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the elegant that is to blame. The inanimate fixtures. To temperament aside, it is an absolute outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that your bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there is no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path on the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see left. I don't know if Doris is still there, however. Hermes, wait. If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. What is there? Touring and the grand part 2. Chocolates. No, es maniquí. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Lycion was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have been taken away. The man makes his base on the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. MSQ, I will search the area for good measure. Just make sure the Lycan did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go ahead. Please follow with. Come, come. It's down this path over the bridge. There is the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's go look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I know him when I see him. Mentions now company. You can leave. Wish to when it comes to you again, we'll speak to her on the location. blonde-haired man. Doros, that's Doros. Well now, isn't it Midian? What brings you here? Oh, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycons, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kittus. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. If it's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14th. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that the Lycons slaughtered upon us. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. The abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lycons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Yup. Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them. All exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with, a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to easier alter memories that we've made observed creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the other images, but Pastors may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an act I deeply abhor, but it's still preferable to execution. Come on, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know that these things concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of currency, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a discriminable existence, we unmake it. Thus, for the greater good, and none question the necessity of the routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think of unleash a clear and undetainable threat onto the world. Yet insufficient though the individual lives may not be next to all creation, it is all the Lycons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to the beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report and we'll make it from there. Or we'll take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Silk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. That's cool. I need to wait bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Imagine, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting, I'll stay with me. Loath that I am to impose, I may leave him in your care again. If I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Ja, hy het 'n ding gemaak om feelings te hanteer. Wat gaan ons met haar doen? Can you help me with something? The meeting will take Hermes. This meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They are designed to suit your emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here at 12 Wonders. Now, a company you can leave behind. Wink. That's the a tree in a blossom. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hand adorn a tree. Ooh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Emmett said. A slender tree. Fuck gaan we boom. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You can crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If they were apples, we could cover them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, won't be one that far. A flower bed. An array of butterfly growing in the bed, the mix of colors are forming a pattern. These would be better for homies, but they're edged in. This means that means we shouldn't touch them. They were either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Familiar plant. Things are on fucking fight. Set on a tall, sling tall, apple-shaped flower is memorizing in its undubious. Watch. Attention, a flower that can move. When Emerus isn't looking, it shot seed at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good at spotting flowers, you'll find something soon. No, that's not Fokker. Junction. Spy nothing promising nearby, at least common looking grasses with some tiny flowers. Nothing around there. Over there, something huge. He's a fucking monster. A terrible stench from sudden old boots prevails in the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. The thing around this mouth looks like petals, but the flowers are orbs on its head. When Homerus inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think? Would you like it? Most likely not. So not this one either. Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. I'm sorry. But could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. Lush fields. Lush field green stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Oh, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there, what could it be? An object. Shiny object. Oh, wit flowers. Isn't the Elpis flower? Oh, Elpis flowers. They are here too. Homerus likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they intellects. That's only for Homerus though. For others, they're always white and bright. Okay, ik heb niet gelezen wat die kleur is, nee. Truly, the flower was dark in your home? Then too, you do have a dark emotion. I've known pain and sorrow of loss. I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that part of you is gone again and again, but none one notice. Please, won't you lend it to me, your pain and sorrow? I want to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. That others are sad too. Truly, you'll do that. Thank you. It means more than I can say. Can't wait to see him react. Let's go back and fetch him. Okay, so nou is zij weg. Dinner. Meow meow. Collector is not for boundary. Well, apparently is the hunt wezen area. Pew pew. Something. Altijd is fucking hostile. Oh ja, ik vergeet dan mijn fucking move erin. Bert. Dan zijn we klaar. Yes. Oh, kom on, scherm maar. 12 nee. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they're finished.
Hermes!
Oh. You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. MSQ and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment? I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I'm filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Alpes, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let us head back.
All right.
gloves. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it's time I attend to my next task. As MSQ and others are aware, we researched a verdict regarding the fate of the Elecons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Toros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycans would disrupt the nature of order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves start and perish. They cannot be released into the wild. They cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of Agriculture to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose as its life form. Hercules has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing colors here served their purpose. Toros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion of the study. If you are resolved, then we must but accompany you. Of course, let us be off. We return to the main island. Where's the main island? That one. But let's first do the other quest. Where is that quest? Oh, it is on the main island. No. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had to bound them with little shackles, but they became frozen even more than usual and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. And the last ahead is lurking in the fields. You can handle that one. The pair of skies will leave to me. If you show they must end, then it should be it. I will render assistance to Emmett, unheeded though it is. Mention I stay with Deroth. But Hermes, dragons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. This is my burden, not yours, but if you intend to help him, please follow my lead. I better help the lament that is necessary. There it is, our quarry within shackles, despite its presence. Let us begin. Wat de fuck was dat klein vakjes geweest?
Now. Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts. I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Aye, Captain. The other Lugners have been taken care of. The incident resolved and life in Apples continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaks, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet, never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Where to now? If there is anything you would like to visit before we leave, I should glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet refused this position with the conviction, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If you cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you? Will you continue with us? Wonderful. Our friendship travels are unbroken. I say we explore another part of Lupus and see what new encounters there be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Agonius. I'll focus off, but I can't do. Oh, fuck it, let's go with it. Oh, it's a mistake now. Actually, is begriffen. Met twee pote. Ach, ja, met net twee pote. From here, we follow the path northwards. They will find teleporters which fully travel between islands of Ilpus. First time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the first permission, which I have previously been arranged. We only need to use the device all gear once and therefore can fly freely, shall we? Wat jy nog gaan nou doen? Oh, nou seker die kant toe. Open Ikios. Oh, die fucking mense hulle name kry. Yeah, we are on the Television Taker Discriminant Internal Service now. If they're in it, doesn't matter.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then, let's begin by... Well, well, an Arrhaeus. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are
Okay.
among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst, concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Where's that?
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
Zal ik dan zus de artikel?
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future? I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether. Primals, you say? But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection. I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
My apologies before we move along. A colleague has trusted me in a matter of which rather not unresolved. It includes finding a certain concept in engraved crystal. Quick-fingered Orius refished. So, Orius is a blah blah blah. What the fuck is this? Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Orius no longer had crystal, nor I was able to find the following its wake. I don't suppose you feared any better. A crystal, well done. Wonderful, now I can focus on the tale without my missing concept nagging my mind. I'll always have the knack for finding things. Oh, you do? Some of us seem but destined to always be searching for ourselves and for others. Long ago I've held the seat at Asm. I was forever tracking back and forth across the star in search for answers to people's problems. Naturally, their need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the patient to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Alpes, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinions thought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate the missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the way one thing leads to another. Would you agree? Was on some cheerful mood. Thank you again for tuning out. Now let's return to the stolen property. If it would go ahead with my accommodation, join us as soon as you tend the task. Let us get this ethanol. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put some tea.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Assyrians. Gaan ze ons stom doodgemaakt. Yep, nee, dat is... No.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Selk, wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them. Hermes and his creation Meteon, you say? If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer. Okay, well, that will be the end for today. We'll continue this tomorrow, depending if I can log in or not, or when I can log in. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.